Everyone, I am Erika of Beadingschool.com and you are watching Coffee Time with Erika, my weekly beady broadcast. Today I am going to take you to a colorful, vibrant marketplace in the Beading School Bead Shop and beyond. But before I would start, please let me know in a comment if you can hear me, if you can see me. You should be able to watch this broadcast in real time from the Beading School Facebook page and also from the Beading School YouTube channel. Unfortunately, lately I have trouble scheduling events in advance. Once I hit the button, then there are four or five events created on Facebook instead of one, and it creates more confusion than how much it helps. So I decided to temporarily suspend it until it works well again. So please, ladies, let me know in a comment if you can hear me, if you can see me. I have a really, really nice topic prepared for you today. And I see Sharon checking in, and she says, "Hello, everyone, here on time today." So good to see you, Sharon. Jessica is saying hi. Asta, and Faye says, "Good morning, Erika and ladies. I can see you and hear you. Thank you so much for letting me know, Faye, all the way from New Zealand." Rachel is also here. She says, "Hello, everyone." Jessica says, "Here and see you well on Facebook." And Erika is here. And Marlo is here. And Katja is here too. Altogether, for now, there are more than 30 beaders watching. There is also Bernadette, Katja, Rachel, and Kimberly. Oh, and now Sparrow is checking in, Sarah and Molly and Sherry. So many of us. Palima, Yosin. Wonderful ladies. So good to have you here all. So, as I said, today I am going to take you to a colorful, vibrant marketplace in the Beading School Bead Shop and beyond. We began the year 2025 with a colorful theme, taking us to the vibrating, pulsing spice bazaars of India, Morocco, Egypt, Turkey, and other countries. The magic of the spice market has enchanted us since then. And the proof of it, I would say, the proof of it are the beautiful jewels that you are creating, ladies, and showing all the time in the Beading School Club on Facebook. Yesterday, my dear colleagues Zuzi and Aniko put together a beautiful collection of your jewels that are not following tutorials from Beading School designers or from our friends designers, but the results, the album contains the results of your own playtime with the beads from the Spice Bazaar Beading School Academy theme box. And these are indeed the biggest proofs, the best proofs that the Spice Bazaar team and source of inspiration is talking to you. So here we have a cute pendant with Ariana, who decided to try the new Miyuki rectangle beads for bezeling a square-shaped cabochon. And I would say that it came out perfectly, and I love it, how the straight lines are in contrast with the beautiful decorative middle part of the pendant and emphasize it even more. Then we have here Angelica, and Angelica's piece with the pressed glass, hand pressed, hand painted cabochon from the Czech Republic. It's such a beautiful one. Angelica utilized the wide array of shaped beads that is included in the box, and she found similarity between the shape of the gem duos and between the petals in the middle of the flower in the middle of the cabochon. So the gem duos at the top, bottom, and the right and the left, they are emphasizing the flower, the four-petal flower. In fact, and Angelica, you have beautiful nails, by the way, I have to say. Then we have here Anita, and Anita used the historic filigree as her focal piece, and she attached seed beads and fire polished beads and Miyuki Hauftila beads and bicon beads all around. And I love it how lacy it is. Anita did such a beautiful job. And then we have here Terry, and Terry played with the Czech hand-pressed cabochon the same way as Angelica did. And these two ladies are good friends, by the way, so you can see. And Terry created a very, very nice shape that is clutching the hand-pressed cabochon. And I love it how she left the middle and also the corners without decoration. So it looks like the beaded part is the extension of the cabochon. All of you ladies and everyone who also posted their pictures in the club, you are doing so great, and it's amazing to see all your beautiful jewels. For those who might have not heard about Beading School Academy yet, then I would like to just say that the Beading School Academy is a bi-monthly membership program for beaders. You can find out more about it at beadingschoolacademy.com. Every 2 months, we are working with a different set of cabochons and beads that you receive on your bead mat and a different source of inspiration. In January and February, the theme is the Spice Bazaar, and you can still become a student and bead with us if you would like to. To get you in the mood of the Spice Bazaars, I would like to show the video a little bit, that what is included in the box. Just a moment. In the meantime, lots of other lovely ladies joined us, and everyone is celebrating the talent of our beaders that I have showed a little while ago. And in the meantime, we have also Sangita here. She says, absolutely wonderful jewels, every one of them. Whoa, what a creativity. Georgina also joined us. Rachel says, hello to the wonderfully amazing people here today. So glad I could catch the stream. You ladies make my day so much brighter. Sarah is here. Christy, Gapamu, Evie, Molly, Sparrow, Terry, Antoinette, Niti, Jacqueline also, Linda, Brenda, Sheila, Timmy is here from the Treasury, Corinne, Marcy, Angelina, Midi. Midi, is it your first time here with us? Everyone, please welcome Midi. Irina. Welcome, ladies. And unfortunately, Gapomo is asking if I have a picture from the back of the jewel. No, I don't have, dear Gapomo. This jewel was not made by me, but one of our fellow Beading School Academy students. So today, I would like to share with you some of my own market stories that I collected over the past years in different countries. And also, I would like to take you on a journey in the Beading School Bead Shop. My lovely colleagues are filling up the virtual shelves of beadingschool.com with hard-to-find, luxurious components, just as in a real bazaar. I'm sure that your eyes will shine when you discover them between our usual selection. So just as when you touch a rare item in the market and you already imagine where its special place will be in your home, you will have an idea or two or three how you can include today's rarities from the Beading School Bead Shop in your beautiful jewelry. I will also bring you heartwarming stories from around the world, and in the meantime show you the new unique chains, components, and more that I found in the selection of our most special partners, manufacturers. The items that we are bringing you today, I would say that it's kind of an extended Spice Bazaar. Once we had a very fun improvised video when I showed you that what kind of beads and cabochons and components I could not fit into the boxes but wanted to. And this is a similar concept that if I could, I would include all of this in the Spice Bazaar boxes, but unfortunately, it was already fully packed, so this didn't fit. But if you would like to, then this will be available for you today. So these items, these chains mostly, and metal components were never before available on our shelves, and we will only have a limited amount. Just like when you find something special on the market after searching for a long time on a hot afternoon. Imagine how you are like kneeling down again and again to go through hidden boxes, and of course sipping an endless amount of chai masala in India or mint tea in Morocco. I'm sure your heart beats the fastest if it's something truly special that you pick up after the long search with the touch and the care of the artisan who made it. Of course, in the Beading School Bead Shop, it will be a lot easier to find what you are looking for. We are fans of comfortable bead shopping, and that's why we created for you the treasure market category. And already it will be available now, or maybe it is already available. And I will show the link on the page so you can find it easily. I also posted it into a comment. And in the meantime, everyone was welcoming Midi, and Gapamu is searching for Terry. And Rachel says, I just love the beautifully intricate color on your shirt. So lovely. Thank you so much, Rachel. I actually bought it in a vintage Italian store after a beading festival maybe 10 years ago in Hamburg. We also have Merle here. Kimberly says, I think I see a new color of those ear studs you know I love. And there is not only one color, dear Kimberly. And she also says, we are being so spoiled during this theme with all the extra goodies. Dear Kimberly, this is like truly a theme that is close to my heart. So I think that's why I kept searching and searching. And Georgina says, sorry, I thought I was feeling well enough to watch this, but not. I will watch later. Dear Georgina, I hope that you will feel better soon. And please check in with us in the Beading School Club so we know that you are all right. Everyone is, Merla says, feel better, Georgina. And Kimberly also says, rest up and hugs. And dear Evie, if you have other questions than what's connected to the theme, then I would kindly ask you and everyone else to leave it to the very end, and then there will be space to answer other questions, show different jewelry. But now I would like to return to the theme that I have prepared for you. So let's experience now. I will now hide the code. Let's experience now the Spice Bazaar atmosphere in the Treasury and beyond. So, visiting a Spice Bazaar, no matter in which country, is always a unique experience. And it can be intense, but also fun and extremely colorful. Okay, in the meantime, Marcy says that she can't see the QR. I will correct it quickly. Or please, ladies, let me know if it worked for you. I will show it a little bit more on screen, and I will also put it in the comment fields. So, visiting a Spice Bazaar is a unique experience. It's a feast for the senses. The air is filled with the rich aromas of exotic spices, of saffron, of cinnamon, of sumac, of dried herbs. Spices, trees, and dried fruit are arranged in beautiful displays with eye-catching vibrant colors. Many vendors offer samples, so you can try sweets, nuts, dried fruit, and flavored teas before buying. And they are also often very happy to share stories, recipes, and tips on how to use the spices. You will also find handicrafted textile, leather, lamps, and oils. It is a perfect place to pick up gifts for yourselves or your loved ones, as many of these are unique finds. About 15 years ago, just on the verge of adulthood, after finishing my studies, I visited a country outside of Europe for the very first time in my life. India brought smiles, happy encounters, sometimes tears to my life. But most importantly, it opened my eyes and changed how I try to live my life forever. Lovely ladies, if you have ever been abroad, can you tell me which was the country that you visited outside of your birth country for the very first time? Or which one was the country that had the biggest impact on you? I'm very curious. Before visiting India and other countries further away from where I was born, I visited mostly only surrounding countries next to Slovakia, where I come from, and this was a very big step for me. The lesson that I learned while traveling in India is that the world is colorful with all its imperfections. It's a wonderful place to be, and we can't even imagine how many different kinds of beauties are out there until we leave the comfort of our homes. Today, when sometimes the days seem to be darker than before, I want to remember and share the light, the colors, and embracing the diversity and open-minded curiosity that I found in India. In the meantime, I started to get some answers. Marcy says that she could use the link, fortunately. Thank you so much, Marcy. Kimberly says, what a special picture, Erika. Just beautiful. Thank you, Kimberly. This is one of my favorites. I kind of had an adoptive family in India where we spent some time in Bundi, and the two ladies, two sisters, they dressed me up in one of their festive outfits for Diwali. I was invited to the family shrine, and they shared with me the rituals. They shared with me special sweets that they prepared for India for Diwali, and we even kept in touch afterwards. Evie says that Spain was amazing for her. For Tanya, Italy is so beautiful. Rachel, South Korea, oh my God. For Brenda, England and France. Rachel says, I also really enjoyed Italy with beautiful Venice and Rome and Pompeii. Oh my God, Rachel, you visited amazing places. And Sharon visited Mexico back in the 60s with her family. That must have been so beautiful and interesting. Palima is from Argentina and her first country was Italy. Lady Sylvia, Spain and Venice in Italy. For Linda, it's also Italy. And Niti, who is actually from India, she says, my first country outside of India was Nepal, and I loved it. The people are just amazing, on top of all the beauty all around. Angelina says, difficult to choose. After living in so many different countries, they have all had a profound impact on my life, but I couldn't really rank them. Orange Gem says, for her it's Germany, for Rachel is Morocco, for Bernadette Paris, for Linda also Morocco. So for me, India is not only what I have seen and what I have touched, but also very much what I have tasted. Curries, lentil dals, and chickpea dishes became a regular meal on my table. When beading, though, I prefer to have a drink on hand. And my absolute favorite beverage is chai masala, besides coffee. Spicy tea mixed with milk and brown sugar. So, drinking from time to time a hot cup of chai brings back the memories as soon as the spicy steam reaches my nose. It is very easy to make it. Mix hot water, black tea, brown sugar, and the tea spices that you can buy in spice shops. Boil the mix and add milk to make it smoother. The tea spices, made of cardamom, cinnamon, pepper, and many more ingredients, can be bought in shops selling exotic ingredients. However, I would like to share my secret source with you so you can get the best if you would like to. So, in India, many families mix and make their spices according to their very own recipes. One generation inherits it from the previous one, and so on and so on. And the family of Mohanlal Verhomal from Rajasthan shares the result of their knowledge with everyone around the world through their spice shop. Mr. Mohanlal passed away some time ago, unfortunately, but his daughters decided to continue the family tradition. Not an easy step in a male-dominated world. We discovered the shop close to the clock tower in the blue city of Jodhpur. The prices were higher than in all the surrounding shops. Still, we had two very good reasons to shop there. Everyone we asked about the spices in our guest house, locals we chatted on the streets and the restaurants with, pointed us towards the Verhomals. Of course, everyone who was not interested in the spice business. And the second sign that we should buy the spices there was that when we tried to bargain, and in India you have to, then one of the girls, Nikki, smiled and told us, we don't bargain here. Our prices are fixed prices. And this meant that she knows very well how precious her products are. And that day we left with a full bag and an email address to get in touch later if our stash happens to run low. And that's what I do from time to time. Every now and then, I order a big box of spices from Jodhpur so I can enjoy the hospitality, the tastes, and the colors of the country in my home here in Europe too. And the young ladies remembered us for many years actually. When I get an email from them, then it is addressed to the young and smart guy with two spicy ladies from Slovakia, as I was traveling together with Adam and my sister Yvette back then. And lovely ladies, do you have a taste that you want to remember from one of your visits? Merle is mentioning Germany and the food already, bratwurst and warm potato salad. In the meantime, I would also like to show something from the Beadingschool Bead Shop while I am waiting for your answers. So, on one hand, you can find spices and amazing food in India wherever you go. But also, you can encounter shops of jewelry makers who are beyond what you imagine, like beyond what I have imagined, like so many shapes and colors. And what I absolutely loved that the jewelry makers do not shy away from using big sizes, bold colors, and the most intricate patterns out there. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that we have gemstones included in the Spice Bazaar Beading School Academy boxes. And Kimberly's favorite, the ear stud with the 10 Tanzanite gemstones, is now accompanied in the bead shop by the same type of ear studs, but in many, many different colors. So as you can see, we also have now Amazonite. And then there is also rose quartz and also some neutral colors. And I absolutely love this. And the gemstones and the earrings, they have a rough look. However, these are so nicely made. The quality of the metal itself and the metal smithing is incredibly high. So when you take it to your hand, then you see how well everything is attached and how nicely the beads and gemstones are lining up next to each other. So no wonder that Kimberly likes this very, very much. And in the meanwhile, I got some answers. So about spices and tastes that you always want to remember. For Yosin is kunjit from Morocco. I have never heard of it actually. What is that, dear Yosin? Oh, and Merle also mentions Rhine wine, which was fabulous. Tanya, of course, loves Italian cuisine. Cindy joined us. And Rachel says, Teugboki made from a small street vendor in Seoul and amazing life-changing Cassoulet de Canard, a small restaurant in Paris. Thank you for sharing that, dear Rachel. Kimberly already added the bundles to her shop, to her shopping cart. And Linda says that she just received the purple earrings and she thinks that the green ones are amazing. But now it's time to travel to another country. And let's go this time to Morocco, to Marrakesh. So over the years, I visited Marrakesh 3 times. From the first moment, it had a special place in my heart, and my feelings just deepened as I spent more and more time wandering around the maze-like souks, sitting down to drink tea, talk to the sellers, and in the evening, listen to the music and watch the traditional dances and performances. The first visit, maybe 10 years ago, was with my sister, and it was all about laughter and immersing in the atmosphere of the city. The bazaar, the performers, the food. It felt like a crazy whirlwind. The second visit to the city, it was with Adam and his mom. And I would say that the second visit was about beauty. We were visiting museums, marveling at the Atlas Mountains, and taking in all the arts and crafts, as we even went to a private tour where the tour guide took us to the ateliers of local craftsmen where you normally as a tourist don't get to go. But after all, I needed a third trip and to go on my own to really arrive in Marrakesh. To have time to sit down and talk to the local people instead of rushing from place to place, ticking off a long list of must-sees. And that journey on my own taught me how much all the encounters can mean, how much I will treasure the memories if I make time for them, and if I learn to trust that most people of the world mean well, just like you and just like me. And I also found some shops where I could find the beads and the gemstones, of course, but I would also like to show you something else that arrived in the meantime to the Beadingschool Bead Shop. So this is one of the metal components that unfortunately didn't get into the collection, but it can be yours now in different colors. And while we are all different, each and every one of us, then I would say that maybe the love of turquoise also join us from many different places around the world, as I saw so many turquoise items also in India, in Marrakesh, and so on. And these concentric circles joined to each other, they also contain some turquoise stones. But if you are a fan of some warmer tones, then look at this and look the beautiful, vibrant, sunsetty combination of fuchsia and orange tones. So the circles, they have actually a decorated top. They are not smooth, but they are hammered. And as you can see, there are 6 crystals all together and even some metal extra dots attached to the circles. And then at the top, there is a hole through which it is easy to attach this metal component to your beadwork. So lovely ladies, do you like the green turquoise blue tones more or the warm sunsetty shades? I'm curious. And in the meantime, Kimberly says, I have an obsession with collecting spices, similar to how I collect beads. Perhaps not as bad, but close. Until you use them, dear Kimberly, I think it's a really nice souvenir and a nice way to get to know different countries and cultures. Nancy loves Japanese cuisine, she says. Evie says, would love to travel more, but embarrassing to be an American. Dear Evie, please trust people around the world that if you show yourself and you show how kind and how beautiful your soul is, then people will have nothing against your passport. They will not judge you. Just show your true self, how you do it every day in the Beading School Club. We love you, and we appreciate your kindness, and please keep sharing it at home in the States and all around the world, wherever you would like to be. Palima says in the meantime that she loves cinnamon, and Yosin said it's kunjit is cumin in English. Thank you, Yosin. And Evie says in the meantime that she likes these sunsetty tones very much, and Sylvia also votes for the sunsetty tones. So I am talking a lot about encounters in different countries, and I would like to introduce you Jamal. Jamal lives in Marrakesh, and he is the member of the Tuareg tribe. You can tell that by his turban. Tuaregs also live in the Sahara, like the Berber tribe, and make beautiful pieces of jewelry. Often the jewelry is functional. For example, they have necklaces that help them to keep track of days, weeks, months, or a pregnancy while wandering around in the sand dunes, and when it's easy to lose track of time. So one day when I was on my way to visit the Ali Ben Yusuf Madrasa, a beautiful building, a religious school, Jamal approached me and told me that he likes my bag very much. The backpack in rainbow colors that you can see in front of him was a gift from Adam that he brought back from a business trip to California. And Jamal owns a shop in Marrakesh with Tuareg jewelry and textile woven by his sisters. And he asked me if he can make a drawing of the bag, as he likes its simple shape and the colors blending one into another. He said that he would like to ask his sisters to come up with something similar to bring a fresh vibe to the shelves besides the traditional pieces. And isn't it awesome, absolutely awesome, ladies, how the bag traveled from San Francisco to Amsterdam and then to Marrakesh? And everywhere it left someone happy and inspired by it. First, I'm sure that the creator enjoyed making it very much. Then, of course, I enjoyed receiving it. And at the end, it had an impact on Jamal and his family, and maybe some other tourists, travelers that came later when the bag made by his sisters was already available. So, isn't it beautiful how everywhere we go, we learn and receive, but we also leave something behind? So, for me, connections are like, these are like connections that go from country to country, from a person to another one, and joins us with different colors and shapes. And imagine that if you create something beautiful and maybe gift it to a loved one, then you can create a similar, colorful, heartwarming connection too. And maybe you can use for that next jewel some of these absolutely luxurious chains that you can find now in a limited number in the Beadingschool Bead Shop. And lovely ladies, I would say that these chains that you see now on the screen next to me, they are probably the most precious and most luxurious items that we brought you during the past months. So most of them, they include not only metal parts, but also gemstones. Playful tones, playful shapes. You can use them to create a necklace. I'm thinking about a belt. Imagine it with a little black dress, or imagine wearing the belt with simply jeans. Or you can also take apart the chain and use, for example, a piece of the metal together with a gemstone as a connector in your earring, in your necklace, in your bracelet. And there are actually more colors available. There are also, and different types, there are also these beautiful blue shades. But also for those of you who love the warm tones, there are also pink and rose and orange tones available. And of course, we also have some neutrals. And in the meantime, Palima says, I love all colors. Perhaps I prefer cold colors, blue, turquoise, and green. But I love garnet and topaz. In fact, all of them. And Sylvia says, I collect jewelry too, vintage and antique. And Sylvia says, we love the Islamic influence in Spain. We are making our home with the Spanish and Moorish influence. Love vibrant colors. And dear Sylvia, it's so nice to embrace these influences and connections. And your home must be beautiful. Yosin says that the chains are beautiful. Linda loves the colors. Tanya says, these chains are very nice. And Kimberly says, I am in awe. All these chains are so beautiful. Sylvia says that she just ordered the Romeo and Juliet collection. Thank you so much. Evie says, I need them all. And Nancy says, I'm loving all the chains. Makes deciding how to finish off a pendant so much easier. Thanks for this great find. Dear Nancy, my pleasure. We are always searching for chains, but it is actually, I have to say, this finding like really good quality, nice chains, it is a hard task. So I was so incredibly happy when I found this. Like, they are truly special and super high quality, and they come actually from one of our most trusted partners, manufacturers. So I was very, very, very happy to see their assortment enlarged by this. And Brenda says, great new items. The chains are so unusual. And Lutka says, all are fantastic. And Linda says, I predict the chains will be out of stock quickly. Lovely ladies, this is like at a traditional Spice Bazaar, that it is not like there is an unlimited amount. If you find something special and it's speaking to you, then don't hesitate long. And Evie says, your metal components never let me down. I'm so happy and proud to hear that. And I would like to share one more story. And this is maybe the most emotional one that I have encountered. And while I had enough time to type in the previous one, so I had some notes, I did not have time to type in this. So please forgive me if it will be a little bit more emotional and a little bit maybe less structured. So this happened also in Morocco when I was on my third trip. And as I said, it was a trip when I spent lots of time just wandering around, getting lost, discovering streets, sitting down, talking to people. But of course, I also needed to relax afterwards. It was incredibly hot. The bazaar is noisy. Everyone is like talking. So I liked to spend the mornings before lunch in the city, and then in the afternoon I retreated to my riad to actually sit in my bathtub, to read and to refresh. And as I often got lost, then I had my phone on my palm to find my way back to my accommodation. And suddenly a motorbike slowed down next to me, and I was so stupid. I didn't suspect anything. But as two guys sitting on the motorbike slowed down, then the one sitting on the back just very comfortably took my phone from my hand and they rushed off. And in the first second, I didn't even realize what is happening. I thought it's a joke. But then I started to scream and I started like, oh my God, my phone. And what was the luck in this situation is that it happened next to a mosque, so there were lots of people. And immediately, an older guy jumped on his own motorbike and started to hunt down these two. I was kind of in shock because as I was alone, then everything I needed was in my phone. I scanned my documents. I had my bank account there. I had my plane ticket in my phone. So it was kind of a bummer. It was not an expensive phone. It was cracked, but still. And as the locals noticed what's happening, then actually it caused kind of a traffic jam because suddenly the little square, it was filled with about like 50 people, and they someone brought me water. An old lady sat down with me on the sidewalk and she held my hand. Another one, she was like caressing my back. The men of the community, because always like several streets, they belong kind of to like a separate village inside the city, so it's called a gerb. So the men, they were discussing that, oh my God, these two guys, they don't belong here. They are not from here. No one from us would do this. There was a girl who was translating for me. Someone was telling like, don't worry, there is actually a camera on the street because it's next to a mosque, so we will somehow get back your phone. And then another person arrived with a motorbike. Everyone seems to have either a motorbike or a donkey in Marrakesh. And this third person, he said like, yeah, I will take you to the police station, to the main square. And at first I was like, but I am wearing a skirt and I can't sit on a motorbike now. I will try to find my way there. And they were like, we don't care. You are not even Muslim. We don't care. And it's so much more important that we take you to the police station and we know that you are safe. So that's what was happening. They took me to my police station. There was an officer welcoming me, and I think they already called him. And he was like, don't worry, today you are my sister, and I will take care of you. And again, they brought me water. They tried to calm me down. I started to tell the story, what happened. And suddenly, we were still like outside. And suddenly the second motorbike came back with the guy who started to chase down the ones who stole my phone. And he had my phone in his hand. And when I asked how did he manage to get it back, then he said like he couldn't chase them down, he couldn't reach them, but he just never gave up. He was like right after them. And at one point they got probably fed up with him. They might have also noticed what a shitty phone I have and it's already cracked, so they just threw away my phone so he could bring it back to me. And from that day, everyone in the area where I lived, they started to like really take care of me. They couldn't remember my name. They called me Hungaria. Like, I'm from Slovakia, but I have a Hungarian cultural background. And they knew Hungary, so everyone called me Hungaria. And whenever I entered the street, then the sellers were shouting like, "Hungaria, how are you? Hungaria, do you have your phone? Hungaria, what are you going to do today? Have some mint tea with us." So this happened, I think, on the third day out of 8, and that day I truly became like, even before, I felt like I'm cared for, and they always tried to, in my opinion, like look out for, especially for women. But that day was really like a turning point, and I spent so much time sitting in different shops, buying something because I wanted to show my gratitude, but listening to stories, and it was one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful trip that I have ever experienced. And in fact, in places like this, you are never alone. You can be alone when you want to, and for sure you need to take a rest from time to time. As I told you, the temperature, the noises, everything, it's overwhelming. And it's always nice to find a mosque, for example. You can stay in the shade of your riad, you can visit the madrasa, the religious school that I mentioned, and then you can sit down and chill and just look at other people walking around. And it is such an incredibly huge contrast for when I compare it to the time when we told with my sister before that first trip in our family that the two of us, we are going to Morocco. We were having actually a round trip, and then my mother told to the husband of my sister that you have to forbid them to go, and everyone thought that it's dangerous, but it actually became one of the places where I felt the best in my life. So I have here several more pictures from you that I wanted to share while telling my story, but of course I got distracted. So this is actually one of my coffee cups that I brought back, and it's made by the Berbers. It's a traditional shape, and it comes usually in different shades of blue and green. Then painting wool and leather are also traditional crafts. And I would like to, in general, thank Marrakesh for these beautiful moments, because there are so many lessons that I have learned from Marrakesh and from the people there. The breakfast that you see here, it was in my riad, my traditional accommodation. And actually, after a couple of days, the guy working there, he started to notice that what do I like the most from my breakfast. So he would buy double amount for me at the market in the morning from that pastry or that bread or that fruit that I liked the most. And this is what I got every morning in the garden or on the rooftop. And of course, there are also some more items in the Beadingschool Bead Shop waiting for you. And these are cute little charms that you can hang at the bottom of a pendant. You can hang them at the bottom of earrings, or even attach them to a bracelet, for example. We also have these square-shaped ones with 4 stones that Ruxandra used so nicely at the bottom of her magic potion pendant. And I think many of you will be super happy about them, because finally we managed to get this also with a silver colored metal. It's very, very rare to get these super high quality components with silver color. Usually they come in gold color. So we have now also some for those of you beaders who like the silver tones, and not only with crystal inserts, but as you can see, with green and black and turquoise too. And else do I have here? So the theme, I wanted to say that I can see in the Beading School Club how much you ladies are enjoying the Spice Bazaar theme, but I can say that the Beading School Treasury team enjoys the Spice Bazaar theme and this beautiful photo shoot that you can see the result on the screen now. They enjoyed it very much, so I would like to share with you a video from that day. So, lovely ladies, it's also time to share with you finally the second signature jewel of the Spice Bazaar collection, and it's called the Bakja. And I think it's very fitting that we decided to publish it today when I got to talk about Marrakesh among else, because in fact Bakja means happiness or the happy one, and the locals of Marrakesh, they are sometimes called Marrakeshi Bakjas, so it is a very important word in the culture. And Donna says that she was waiting for this one, so I'm really happy that I can finally share it with you. So this is the second signature jewel of the collection. It means that it is part of the Fuchsia level memberships, and otherwise, if you are not a current Fuchsia Beading School Academy student, then you can find it in the bead shop. If you are a member, then please make sure to log into your account, and then the price of the tutorial will be automatically reduced to 0. If for some reason it doesn't work, then please get in touch with us at info@beadingschool.com. As you can see, I used the motif in a bracelet. I created 3 motifs, but you can also bead it into a necklace. You can use it as a single pendant. So there are different possibilities. And there is something more that I would like to show you, another jewel that you haven't seen before. And this is called Mashrabiya. And this jewel was beaded by dear Susie. And we will bring you the tutorial for this jewel on the Beading School blog as a gift tutorial next Monday, as a thank you for all your enthusiasm regarding the Spice Bazaar theme that I'm just so incredibly happy that you embraced this theme with such an open mind and so much creativity. And Susie used the little connectors for a single motif in the earring that you also have 2 pieces you have in the box, so you can create a little pendant from what you have in the box. But if you would like to have more of this, and you would like to make a pair of earrings or maybe even a bracelet, then this is also something that is available now in other colors in the Beading School Bead Shop. I love these earthy tones too. If you like connectors with, oh, and then we have romantic tones too. These are also super nice and sweet. And if you like connectors with gemstones, then we also have gemstone connectors with cubed cube-shaped stones in cold colors and in warm tones too. And this seriously look like candies, so please don't lick them. And I would like to say I would also like to share some important information for the upcoming week. So on Thursday, we will have an offline No One Has to Bead Alone session. And this time it will be a tutorial by Ruxandra called The Spicy Flower. And Rux's design is Rux's signature style is a lacy, intricate look. And this small pendant captures the essence of Rux's art, but also the fiery passion in flowers blooming in the nature. And we will learn a new way of decorating the peyote bezel with the size 6 Miyuki seed beads and the Pressions of icon beads that we love so much. So the tutorial will be available for this 1 hour before the usual time of the No One Has to Bead Alone workshops on Thursday. And as always, there will be 2 options. You can download it as a gift from me and Beading School for 3 days, or check out with it through the bead shop. But even if we will not have a live video on Thursday to bead together, there will be something else coming on Saturday. And I know that many of you are looking forward to this very, very much. So on Saturday, on the 22nd of February, and it is 6 p.m. Central European Time, noon New York City, 9 a.m. California, or 4 a.m. New Zealand, or storyteller Chenge will bring you stories for the Spice Bazaar team. And the storytelling night is a gift to all our turquoise and fuchsia Beading School Academy students. And you will be able to find the link through the virtual classroom of the Academy. So, bazaars, they are full of history and provide inspiration and opportunity to find real gems that you will treasure forever. And the Spice Bazaar in the Beading School Treasury is now also open, and you can embark on a treasure hunt. So let's have a fun and inspiring week together, looking for a personal, perfect find, your own treasure. So thank you so much for loving this team, ladies. And if you have any more questions, Evie had a question about my earrings. I will show it to you in a moment. So if you have any other questions that you haven't asked yet, then please let me know. I would like to make sure that you have all the information that you need. And Linda is asking, how many turquoise connectors do you need for a bracelet? Unfortunately, I don't know how many Zuzi used. So can you, Linda, please post your question in the Beading School Club? And this is the earring for Evie. And it's a very old one, actually. And I couldn't make it again because I couldn't find the same shape of oval beads that I need for them. But let's say I would like to try again sometimes in June or July. Okay, May or June. Okay, so keep your eyes open, Eve. And Jessica says, enjoy your trip to Slovakia, Erika. Thank you so much, dear Jessica. Indeed, tomorrow I am traveling and I will be nearly for 2 weeks in Slovakia visiting the Beading School Treasury. We will have 2 fun photo shoots. We will have a creative training. I will meet also Zuzi and Veronka. I will visit my sister's family. I will hopefully see Andrea's new beautiful home by the Danube River. And I can't wait to spend some time there. So lovely, ladies. Linda is asking, what is the bracelet called? It's called Mashrabia. I will paste the name in the chat, and it's not online yet. It will come on Monday, dear Linda. So lovely, ladies. Thank you so much for your attention today. And Niti is asking, Erika, can you let us know how Niti is doing? Hope her surgery went well and she's recovering comfortably. Dear Niti, this is something like Niti's surgery was actually postponed to the 27th, but I would like to respect her that I would like to leave it to her or her family to share such personal information as her well-being. Of course, if she tells me to do that, to share it in the club, then I will do that, but I would like to respect her privacy with that I don't want to personally share. Thank you for understanding. And Linda is asking if I will have a second live design. I'm not sure about that, Linda. Let's see if we will have time for that. So thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the week and your Spice Bazaar stash and designs very much. Take care.